is disgusting.
So we're here with all this recyclable material that has been thrown away into the garbage, never going to be recycled again. Beer bottles, plastic cups, everything thrown away. Now, was it just too hard for these people to separate it?
We're hanging out in Tenny today to see if you guys recycle in the garbage rooms.
We're going to go through all of your trash and find out what you're recycling and what you're not.
I don't think the students, unfortunately, are very active in their recycling efforts. I think with just a tiny little bit of effort and energy, we could improve what the college does.
Now we're on the second floor of Tenny, and what I've found is that there are 2 recycling bins in the back, not very full of trash, not very full of any recyclable materials, but we have 2 trash cans right here that are completely filled with recyclable material. You can see a bottle through it. Now, what is the reason for this not being recycled?
Just don't look at it as a big deal.
A lot of people don't really care about it. It's just another thing to them.
The trash bins are so close that everyone just kind of just throws everything in the trash bin. Whereas, like, I know we can be a little lazy sometimes. We won't walk an extra 2 steps if we didn't want to recycle. If they just have to do it fast, they'll just throw everything in the trash bin.
But I have seen, in the recycle or trash room, there is a lot of stuff being recycled, but then when you see the trash, there's a lot of things that could be recycled that aren't being.
A few items on Manhattanville's campus that you may not know can be recycled include the Pepsi cups, fry cups, and chip cups you all receive in the pub. These items can be placed directly in the cardboard bin. Plastics number 1 through 6 can also be recycled here on campus, so check the bottom for the recycling sign and the number.
I think it's hard, especially on a college campus. I mean, there's a lot of beer cans and alcohol bottles. There's an excessive amount of recycling that needs to be done, and I definitely don't think a lot of people go out of their way to do it.
I honestly don't think I can give a credible analysis of recycling on this campus or anything. I mean, I'm completely apathetic.
So here I am in the pub, and what's nice about this is they have these giant signs: recycling only, plastic cans, recycling paper, trash only. So it makes it very clear. And then we have a bottle that was recycled, a bottle that was thrown away. But what happens to these 2 bottles?
When you recycle your bottles, they are sent off to the recycling center, sorted, and compressed into bales, which are later broken apart, shredded, and melted into new plastic pellets. This plastic material can then be used to make building materials for things like park benches or houses, to make everyday items like pens, and even as fiber to make clothing. On the other hand, when a bottle is thrown in the trash, it ends up in a landfill where it will take hundreds of years to fully degrade. During this time, toxins from it can seep into the groundwater, harming both humans and wildlife. Overcrowded landfills have also resorted to incinerating plastic bottles that take up too much room. This releases chemicals into the air that contribute to greenhouse gases, making the environment much less pleasant for all of us. Recycling is a much better solution.
Who knew by placing these bottles in 2 different bins, it would cause such a different impact?
Alright guys, we've collected all of your trash from the trash rooms, and we're going to go through all of it, and we're going to separate recycling and trash, and we're going to see what you should have recycled. Blue bags are recycling, and white bags are trash. So let's start going through it.
Did you know by placing trash in the recycling bins, you end up contaminating the bag and it gets thrown out? So keep that in mind next time you go to throw your trash away.
Here we have the recycling that was actually properly recycled. The only problem is that there was some wings and some other garbage inside one of the bags, so that bag just gets completely thrown away. And then the other problem is this full Pepsi, or almost full Pepsi, that can't be recycled with the soda inside of it. So you gotta pour things like that out and make sure that the bottles are empty in order to get recycled.
After going through some of the trash, guys, we found a lot of these red party cups that I'm sure none of you have ever used before. And if you look on the bottom of them, there's a recycling mark with a red number 6, meaning that they are recyclable. We've just found a stack like this in our trash. So right here, we have a whole bunch of recyclable glass, plastics, and bottles that was thrown away. Here, we have paper that was thrown away.
And sadly, here is all that was recycled.
Recycling bins are generally located on the main entrances to each building. And outside each main building, there are 3 containers. They're the ones with the Manhattanville logo, the castle. And those are used for plastic, paper, cardboard, cans, and bottles.
Now that you know more about Manhattanville's recycling program, like where to recycle and what to recycle, it's up to us to do our part in the community. Manhattanville has provided us with the tools that we need in order to go green. Now it's our turn to go out there and just do it.